in preparation for we have boats that go out and bring sand back to the shore. Thank you, representative from Zimbabwe.
Don't you think those boats have to be huge, right?
Yeah, that's
Since
what we're
they're gonna
aiming
hold
for.
our population. They're made in factories.
Right.
The factories cause pollution.
That's when we switch.
Sir,
That's a question for your candidate over here. He'll be able to fill you in on his solar energy.
but sir,
Plan.
you just said you have those boats ready right now. You
Okay,
just polluted
let's stop.
the earth.
Let's stop. Like I said, we cannot control what's going to happen. There's periods, okay? This is going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it, you know? What can we do about it? There's nothing.
Stop making huge boats.
You're right.
You can slow it
Okay,
down.
so now you want an evacuation plan, sweetheart, but you don't want the boats. So you go out there, you suck up all the sand, and you bring it back. This is Guatemala.
I got a question for Mr. Jackson. What's some methods you would use to conserve the polar ice caps?
It goes back to energy. Just like the sun is a natural energy. Solar energy. We install solar panels. We have hybrid cars. We can lower the amount of gasoline used. Something that Mr. Drayton is not talking about. Have wind. Wind is natural. Windmill energy. And these are just 3 of the many ways we can stop the polar ice cap from dissolving.
There's more ways that you can use. He just named 3. I only named 1. I said corn. Corn to me would be safe. Why use wind when there's going to be when wind brings the tides that's going to bring these tsunamis that's going to kill all you people that he wants to prepare for.
You keep backing up my point. My point was there are other sources out there other than sources that are
So why not move to
ice
space?
cap. Now you're just off topic.
I'm not off topic. She said prepare for disasters. I give her space.
That wasn't the question that Mr. Nolasco just asked me.
Mr. Lasco from Puerto Rico.
He asked me other energy sources, and I gave him 3, and you just backed me up and gave me 1 more.
That's awesome. We agree to disagree.
Okay, possible.
Question from Mr. Dominic here.
I have a question
spoken
for
on
He's
it.
from
Mr.
High
Jackson.
ET.
I have a question for Mr. Jackson.
Yes.
I have a question.
You
Why is
said-
the person who asking questions laying on the ground? Like, this is not,
He's he's like,
Yeah. All right. You say it's to lower the population. How you say it? Pollution ratings, right?
The word you used.
To lower the pollution ratings, right? But doesn't Mr. Drayton have a point to where he says that we cannot stop it? It's only to lower, to reduce, but it is eventually going to happen.
Listen, this is my point that I was making. We may not be able to stop it at the moment, but if we slow it down, the education portion kicks in. We prolong our life rates, and somebody from this generation will figure out a way to stop global warming. It may not be my generation, it may be the next generation. And because we slowed it down, we prolong life, somebody along the road figure out a way to stop it.
and that goes into what I was saying, that there is hope for the future. Mr. Jackson just said maybe not someone from his generation, but maybe someone for the future will be able to stop this.
But Mr. Drayton, initially in your first comment, you said that there was no hope for the future. There was no future. And I thought,
You said we're all gonna die.
We are. It's true. We're all going to die. I may walk out here and have a heart attack. It may not come from the tsunamis that Mr. Jackson is talking about, but I'm going to die
I never said
someday.
anything about any tsunami.
It may not come from the gonorrhea that the representative from Taiwan led.
whoa.
diarrhea?
Gonorrhea.
Diarrhea.
Question from Mr. Bryant.
My next question is directed to Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, what region of the hemisphere do you feel is most affected by this global warming situation? And given the knowledge that you have and the resources that you have available to you, what exactly would you do to circumvent this situation that we're dealing with?
Listen, this goes back into what I was saying. Excuse me. I believe that the areas that are most affected are the areas closer to the
Equator. To the
the
surface.
equator. The hottest part of, excuse me,
standing here. I'm listening to your statement.
The areas that are most affected are the areas closest to the equators. That's where the sun is the most hottest. This is where the polar ice caps are starting to melt. And the increase of pollution to the ozone layer is causing the equator to get hotter, causing the polar ice caps to melt. My Department of Energy is working on that right now as we speak. Those are my resources.
To the polar ice caps are not located near the tropical regions. There's a north and south pole. Therefore, there's rarely sun in the north and south pole. They have more night than they actually have day. Okay? That's
No,
just
wait.
one.
Excuse me.
Yes. Yes.
At some, Mr. Drayen,
At some point, there's
at
daylight.
some point there is more daylight than there is nighttime.
Okay. And the sun will shine on his campaign. Mr. Bryant, from America. The only one from America.
Mr. Drake,
Yes, sir.
what percentage of the global warming would you say is affected right now as far as the ozone? And what time span do you all have that you think you will be able to clear the situation up?
There's 75, to me, there's a 75% chance that we can fix this problem.
What?
You said no hope.
I did.
So not a question.
All right. Well, Mr. Bryant,
And this will conclude our debate.
Hey, where did you get your
Wait, he
Close this thing. We'll take two last questions and then we'll go into close the arguments. Question from Mr. Black.
This question is for both of y'all. Mr. Drayton first. President, Vice President.
I'm not a vice president. He's the president. I'm trying to run.
What are we going to do with our animal population?
Always.
Wait. Mr. Jackson's next. After.
What does that have to do with global?
Representative from Ukraine. What we can do is we can feed all the cats and dogs to the Dalai Lama. I'm sorry, but that's not a question that can be answered at this point in time. But once I'm elected, I will get back to you.
Okay. Mr. Jackson. Why do God hate us?
I'm going to refrain from answering your questions because of the fact, on the ground, that it has nothing to do with the topic.
But you have to ask.
Next question.
Representative from otherworldly area.
Solid Mountain.
Who is it for?
David.
Mr. Jackson.
David Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
Maybe you have to say Jackson David, then he'll understand.
Mr. Jackson. If we weren't able to stop other natural disasters, what makes you think that we'll be able to stop this one?
Good question. Excuse me. Can you repeat the question?
If we weren't able to stop other natural disasters, what makes you think that we'll be able to stop this one?
Global warming isn't a natural disaster. We're causing it. It's because of us. It's because of the pollution from the cars. It's because of the pollution from the factories. We're increasing the rates. According to National Geographic, the polar ice caps have caused sea level to rise from 7 to 23 inches above sea level. It's because of us. So,
That's gonna be
Excuse me.
so to answer your question,
That's gonna be in the Miami Herald.
to answer your question, back to what I was saying, we can slow it down so the future generations can stop it. We might not be able to stop it now, but there is hope for the future.
Yes, we can.
To answer your question, before there were humans on this planet, there were dinosaurs. I keep saying this over and over again. The ice cap, we had an ice age. The earth melted. Then we came along. We cannot stop these things. It's just going to happen. Why prolong it when it's going to end up being worse? So let it happen.
So let's think about it like this.
No more
I
questions.
was looking at it.
I'm here. Let's paint the picture of this.
You want to play? Let's play.
We're playing. Let's think about the heart. Let's think about the heart. Before pacemakers were invented, people were dying. Somebody invented the pacemaker, the heart kept working.
Right.
That was something that a human prevented.
Okay.
So we can stop that. Why can't a human come up with a way to stop global warming?
By
Why
getting
you
the
say that
knowledge.
There's no hope for us if a human. Look at the countless inventions. Why can't a human invent another invention that's going to stop this? Where's the hope for your human race?
Conclusions. Conclusions.
What is
He's not our
the
kind.
current technology today is rediscovered. You can't tell me that down in Egypt, those little Jewish people put those stones on this planet.
It's Jerusalem.
There were Jews that were enslaved. You ever heard the story about Moses and stuff like that? Chick. Let my people go.
Chick.
Madam. But let it happen. And then we can prepare for the next generations. We learn from our mistakes and we grow.
So do we leave these people behind?
We're not leaving these people
So we take
behind.
everybody. We take the whole population.
We
of the
can't
United
afford
States
to take the
somewhere
whole population.
So we leave people behind. So we leave
We're not
people
leaving
behind.
people
else.
behind.
So we can't take the whole
They're
population.
going to die regardless.
My point.
I'm telling, of course, we're agreeing right now.
No,
You're going to say that the earth, okay, look at it like this. The earth is a woman and it's going through its cycles of menstruation, okay? You're going to sit there and say, oh my God, I'm going to create this new drug to stop her from, dropping her, stuff. You can't do that. It's just unnatural and it's unhealthy. Next thing you know, she'll be walking around with a tumor or something.
She's not with you.
He's already pregnant.
Last question from Mr. Black.
Based on
And
my,
you know where he's from, right? South Africa. He's from Honolulu.
This is from Mr. Jackson. Based on my study of global warming, all living things except for plants produce carbon dioxide. And that's the major pollution. That is the major part, the major role that's helping global warming. What would you do to prevent this?
First of all, can I ask you where you study at?
I studied Miami Central.
No, you're from Honolulu. You gotta play along.
No, that's
So-
carbon monoxide that does that, carbon dioxide.
Well, humans.
So humans produce it. Can you explain to me how humans produce it?
Because we take in oxygen,
And then we let it out.
no,
Yes, you
we
do.
let out some, but
No.
we let out carbon dioxide too.
No, they.
You're confusing me.
No.
He's from the tribe of Honolulu.
No, they No, they transfer.
We're gonna go to the next question.
Exactly.
Closing statements.
Okay, but you making it seem like it's still some in there.
Miss Cruz.
Miss Cruz.
Last question.
okay. This is a question from Guatemala and America.
No.
We talked about this even before this happened. What are we gonna do with his kind? Where are we
It's
gonna
my
put him?
Secretary of Defense, right there.
No, I'm talking about his kind, his mental kind.
The kind that says there's no hope.
That question, Madam Secretary, that question has nothing to do with this debate. That's literally going. You just don't understand.
We're gonna move in.
Oh, you
We're gonna move in. We're gonna move.
Go ahead, Mister.
Yes, it does.
What? Okay, first of all,
People in this world that cannot be convinced.
maybe it's all these UV rays.
These people will not listen. It will
Natural.
pollute.
Once again, natural.
So it will happen regardless.
That's
Was
not a
that
question.
wasn't a question?
That's not a question.
That was a statement. You need to
I'm
be up here.
glad to hear
goddamn.
you broke the silence.
All right, ding, 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 who won?
Now we gotta go to
No, no,
close
no,
the
no,
table.
no.
Close the table,
Close
close
the
the
table.
table.
You close, I open.
You open, you close, come on, rank.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
as you may know,
uh-huh,
that there's going to be a series of events
yeah.
that we cannot control.
That was one of them.
Daddy.
I couldn't control it.
Very bad.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
You just said it.
Such as atomic bombs
From America.
from America, once again.
That was a scud, boy.
We cannot control these events. We just need to just let them happen. Learn from our mistakes and grow. We as people come from a nation that is wealthy and that is smart. Our president, he's a smart guy. Don't get me wrong. He can be very charming at the most. But these events of sexual harassment for the last 4 hours has painstakingly taken a toll on me and society. We come from the land of the free and the home of the brave. We walk down these lonely roads of faith, and we realize one thing, that this world is going to end regardless. We just need to prepare. We need to move on. We're going to die. It's our time. Let it happen.
Ding, 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 ding. Mr. Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. I love you all.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I'd like to thank all the good questions that were asked by everyone. Randy, you didn't get a chance to talk very much, but I know someone along the line answered the question. I'd like to thank Mr. Drayton for putting up a good argument. Character. I put up a good argument, good fight.
I'm a fighter. Take my lip.
He dropped you.
I'd like to thank my secretary, currently on the job with me, putting together my next trip, my next budget.
We'll talk about those sexual harassment.
See, looking like what, Dave?
Coach!
She doesn't know.
So
she's gonna go to my mom. What's sexual harassment?
re-elect me.
Politics, honey.
So re-elect me as your president. I have hope for the future, unlike Mr. Drayton. Global warming is just one of the issues that we face as a society, and it's one of the issues that can be resolved. According to Mr. Drayton, it can't be resolved.
Let it happen.
Let it happen, we're all gonna die, end quote.
We are. Unless you create some robotic heart again.
So let's weigh this on the scales of sense.
You know what? Robotic hearts. My grandma can't even walk next to a microwave, and you talking about an invention for man without that thing blowing up.
Why are you interrupting my son's statement?
I just had to say that when your garage doors goes up. It's okay. I just had to get that off my chest.
Ladies and gentlemen, re-elect David Jackson for president.
Y'all stupid.
Forward. All right, we got our vote.
Why your ass alone?
No, they didn't let the people vote. All right, go right on the board, David, and then you go over there and write me. We're gonna turn behind ourselves. Let's turn this way. Everybody's voting.